Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. On a video I made a little while ago about HGV drivers' wages, I got some comments from someone who had watched it, and between the back and forth that we had, which was very friendly, we come to the conclusion that what people actually want to know is actually how much money they can earn, as in they actually want to see a pay slip. So I said, fine, no problem. I'll dig out a pay slip and we'll go through it. So that's what we're going to do. The pay slip we're going to discuss isn't from my current job. That wouldn't be fair to the people that I work with now, discussing effectively their wages as well. We're going to discuss a pay slip from my old job, the one I was made redundant from. That company now no longer exists as well, so I'm not going to be treading on anybody's toes talking about wages. The job that I was doing there, as you all know, if you've watched my videos before, I was a tramper, so I was out in the truck all week. Although I've never actually revealed how much money it is that I get paid or was being paid, it is something that that viewer that watched my video that was commenting felt that people actually wanted to see and know and understand. So yeah, I'll put the pay slip up on the screen and let's get talking about it. So I have cropped in on the image of the pay slip a little bit to remove personal details that I don't want everybody knowing, such as my address and my national insurance number. But other than that, you should be able to see pretty much everything that's on there. The top line there says salary. So my weekly salary was £625, which was for 45 hours per week. And that was, yeah, what I earned. Minimum, guaranteed, it didn't matter. That's what I was going to be paid as long as I did my 45 hours across the week, which, being a lorry driver, we can easily do. On top of that salary for 45 hours, any hours that I did as overtime was paid at overtime rate, and that was £14.50 per hour. So as you can see on this week example, I earned £261 in overtime for doing those 18 hours. The next thing on there is nights out, including meal allowance. Now, £26.20, that's about average for what you're going to get. Some companies do pay more, some pay slightly less. It just varies from company to company. I do believe, and they may have changed it and I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but £26.20 was the amount that was agreed by the Road Haulage Association with the government. That is the amount that won't be taxed. Anything above that, you should be paying tax on. Again, as I said, it's only what I've heard. I don't know that for sure, but £26.20, I didn't pay any tax on that particular part of my income because it was tax-free. The next line is unsociable hours bonus. So my company said anybody that's working after 10 p.m. at night or 6 o'clock in the morning is going to be classed as working unsociable hours, and they'll get an additional £3 per hour for those hours. It wasn't often that I did that. As you can see in this week's example, I did 1 hour of unsociable hours driving or working. That could be from starting at, say, 5 o'clock in the morning, doing my vehicle checks and then driving into a delivery site for a booking at 6 a.m. That was still classed as unsociable hours because it was before 6 a.m. Some weeks I would do 8-9 hours of that. It just depended on where I was going, the booking times, down at the docks, etc., what was happening. Now, the last line there is my performance bonus. That was 5 days of that at £8 a day, earning me £40 for the week. Now, that was more or less guaranteed, unless I did something really stupid, but as long as I got my paperwork in whenever I went back to the yard or at the end of the week, did all my defect sheets, all of those types of things, arrived at my deliveries on time and didn't crash the truck, I was pretty much guaranteed that extra £40. So an extra 40 quid for just doing your job, yeah, definitely worth it. Effectively, that brought my weekly salary to £665, unless I really messed up. So yeah, that was a pretty typical week for me. Some weeks I did slightly less hours, some weeks I did slightly more. And of course, I would have earned more or less depending. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what I was earning in my last job. Now, you take that £1,000, let's take it as £1,000 for easy maths, times that over 50 weeks of the year, 52 weeks of the year, that brings my salary earnings to £52,000, which is about right based on my P60 that I received back whenever they came out, end of April, beginning of May. Now, of course, after I've paid my tax, my national insurance and my pension contribution, that meant my take-home pay was just over £780. So £780 for a week's worth of work. I was very happy with those wages. They did everything that I needed them to do in terms of covering my bills. Financially, they weren't an issue for me. It was, yeah, as I would say, good money for me. As I have said in a previous video, your wages depends on your personal circumstances. So some people will look at that and go, oh my God, that's amazing money. I would love to earn that much money in a week. And other people are going to look at that and go, I wouldn't even get out of bed for that. But it's your personal circumstances that means whether that's good money or not. Now, the person who made the original comments, who instigated me making this video, so to speak, did say it would be a good idea to see more pay slips than just the one. But unfortunately, those types of things I don't really keep. They're somewhere in my house. My wife deals with all the filing. This was just one that I found in a drawer that I hadn't given to her to file away. So yeah, they're somewhere. I could show more, but it's really not going to make the point of this video any differently. That's what I was earning. That's what you could be earning potentially. That'd give you an idea of, if someone's giving you a salary of £50,000 a year, what you're going to be taking home after your tax, national insurance, contributions. You can do the basic maths of £625 times 52 weeks of the year to give you your basic salary, which with a lot of the HGV driving jobs isn't going to be great. They're all going to be around the £35,000 mark potentially. But by the time you've done overtime, nights out, you've got performance bonuses, etc., etc., those are the things that allow you to earn that extra money, and that's what it comes down to. And I think that's why people say that HGV drivers' wages isn't great, because you do have to put the hours in, you do have to do the nights out to earn that extra bit of money. But some people like to do that, some people don't want to do that, and that's why they potentially think that the wages for HGV drivers isn't particularly brilliant. So if you clicked on this video hoping to know how much a HGV driver actually earns, hopefully this video has answered your question in even more detail than the previous videos I've made about it, or the countless other videos that you can find about HGV driver wages. If you clicked on this video just wanting to be nosy and seeing how much money it was that I actually got paid, there we go. Now you know, but I say that's not for my current job. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it beneficial either way. If you did, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.